what is going on, yo? We're here today to work on this makeup air here. Apparently our boss came here to eat some food in this restaurant and he noticed something kind of wacky, so we're gonna go ahead and check this gal and see what's up and check their units, because they most likely need to be serviced. All this black stuff you see, this is all grease. Yeah, this is all grease. Everything, all this black stuff. So let's go ahead and start working on this ground. All right, so after checking, we found a trip breaker and kept flipping, got no power. And we come over, after we bypass the disconnect, huge spark, and we found this. It's a third wire. It was touching the metal, apparently. These two are hooked up together. This was getting feed. Yeah, I think it was from one of these. Gotta. Oh, look. Because the black wire broke, which was this one that was going straight to there.
That's why we weren't getting power?
Yep. Oh yeah, look. There's a big old burn mark right there. Probably that wire got cut off at some point, rubbing with that metal with the vibration. So let's fix this and see if hopefully that motor's not burning. We're checking everything. And it was kind of weird because it has a weird breaker down there. So this is an pretty old fresh air or makeup air, whatever you want to call it. And first initial issue was that obviously you can note when the fresh air is not working, or the makeup air, because one, when the AC turns on, or when you turn on the hoods from the kitchen and you try and open that back door, you feel a lot of pressure pulling in because the kitchen pretty much is going into a negative vacuum. That's why this guy's here. So my boss came to eat at this restaurant and noticed that with the doors and stuff. That's when he talked to the owner, because he's a regular customer here. And they said they had multiple companies come out. They couldn't figure out the issue. And then I told my helper here to disconnect, but pretty much eliminate all the wires out of the disconnect, and to just hook them together with a wire nut, this one to this one, and then the black one to the black one, before we opened this. And then when I flipped the breaker, he said he heard and saw a loud bang and the sparks. So I turned it off, come back up here. I told him to start taking that cover off. When I take the cover off, we saw this melted wire coming out of this guys right here, because this has two plugs. Has a plug for the fan here for that motor, and then a regular 110 plug here. All of this is 120 voltage, and it seems that the wire was just rubbing on that metal piece back there. That's what I showed you guys, that it has that big old black mark, and it just literally came off because there's nothing there. So it was just coming straight from the disconnect into this box here. So we're gonna go ahead and fix this melted wire, put a thicker wire on there, and I'll probably just wrap up the whole wires back here in electrical tape or something similar to protect it, and then hopefully the motor's not bad. It did not short it out or anything, and we can get this thing back up and working. So we got a new disconnect in. Went ahead and ran new wiring, thicker wiring here. Taped it, protected from that. And since I didn't have the correct disconnect at the moment, this should do the trick for now. This is just pretty much here for service, so I'm gonna go ahead and flip that breaker, put the disconnect back on, and see what it does. Got the power back on. Haven't put the disconnect back in. I'm gonna try and change that belt real quick. But I believe this can also be used as a swamp cooler, I believe. There are the connections for the water. I went one time to New Mexico to my aunt's house, and she had one of these up on the roof, but it was way smaller. So I'm guessing they're just using this to just bring fresh air from the outside, kind of balance that negative pressure in there. So I'm just waiting for the belt. Should be here any minute. We're gonna replace it, put the power back on, and check the amps on the motor, see if we can somehow, and go from there. All right, so we got it back up and running. It's operating. I adjusted the motor to tension up the belt a little bit, but I'm gonna recommend getting it replaced. They need to get these service chemically washed because they're right here next to these hoods, and they're pretty caked up with grease. As you can see, there's a bunch of grease everywhere. So this is gonna be it for this video. If you like, please subscribe, comment, whatever you want, and have a blessed day.